All right, folks, today we have a 2005 Ford Focus ZX3. This is the two-door hatchback. Okay, it's also got a 5-speed manual transmission. Okay, so it's got the stick shift in it. So I'm going to start it up here and get your mileage. Okay. All right, as you can see there, it does have a not check engine light, airbag light. Okay, and that just, our mechanic says that's just a clock spring that needs to be replaced, so it's pretty straightforward there. I do have the parking brake on. Okay, as you can see, I put the brake off, now it's back on, so that's why that light's on. And then seatbelt, because I'm not wearing my seatbelt. Okay, so let's zoom in and get a quick look at our mileage here if I can get the, yep, right there. Alright, so it's a 2005 with 138,982 miles. Alright. Okay, and there's a quick look, and that's really all that's going on there in our dash. Okay, so like I said, manual transmission, 4-cylinder motor, so this is going to be something that's going to be pretty good on gas, and something, you know, for getting around, maybe a first car for someone if they want to have just a little stick shift. I know some kids like to drive around stick. All right, let's check out some of our equipment, which, to be honest, it's pretty straightforward. These are manual mirrors on both sides, not power. We got crank windows on both sides, not power, and we have manual locks on both sides. All right, so like I said, pretty straightforward. Let me crank the air up. I'm testing this a little early. I know the air is good in this thing. All right, so that's nice and cold. It does have an aftermarket, let me turn that down a little bit, aftermarket radio and power. Alright, so you can hear that works. As far as the CD, I don't have any CDs, so I can't attest to that. I know, obviously, just had it on the radio, no problem there. Okay, so like I said, pretty straightforward. There's our horn, I forgot to do that one for you, and wipers blades. Where's the last thing? Trunks back in there. Okay, so like I said, pretty straightforward as far as equipment goes. You can see your shifter and your handbrake right here in the middle console. Alright, so let me hop out, and now let's take a look at the motor here. Alright, and as you can see, there's our motor, 4-cylinder right there, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, and if I can figure out how to get at this thing. Yeah, unfortunately it's got a cover. I can't rev it up for you, so I'll just be nice and quiet and let you guys listen to the motor. Alright, so as far as the motor goes, this is, you know, a good running little car. Like I said, it's just a 4-cylinder, so it's not going to have a lot of power, but, you know, it's because of that, it's going to be better on gas and everything. I will say, there is a little bit of an exhaust leak you can hear. I don't know if you can hear that, but I'll sit you down here for a second. Alright, and I can't really tell exactly where it's coming from. It's more towards the front of the car, but just a little one, you know, it's not too loud. Alright, so now let's have a check at our tire depth. Okay. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to check our tread depth with our little tread depth gauge. It does look like they're a little worn on the front. Yeah, we got 5/32 on our front tire here. And a little better on the rear, maybe. Oh, 4/32, I was wrong. Alright, so they're all kind of about the same area. Make sure I lock that. Okay. Alright, and about 5/32 on that tire. And this is our passenger tire here. Alright, as you can see, the Ford factory hubcaps all the way around. And about 4/32 there. Alright, so they're all basically kind of right at the same tread depth. Alright, so now let's have a look at the interior of the vehicle. As you can see, everything is cloth. It is a 2-door. So you have the seats that fold up and then slide forward. Alright, so here's how you get into the, let me back up here. That's how you get into the rear, and a look at our rear seats. Like I said, it is cloth. And carpet's nice and clean. Okay, Seats are in pretty good shape in the back. There's one spot right there. You can see a little bit of staining, and then I don't know what that is, some kind of glue or some adhesive or something that got stuck to the cloth there. But overall, pretty good shape back there. Okay, and our front seat as well. Good shape. A couple looks like cigarette burns, and then a little stain. Get the sun out of the way. There we go. A little stain right there. A little discoloration. Again, floor's in really nice shape here. Okay, like I said earlier, I had the air on it. It's nice and cold, so we get good cold AC. Here's a look at our dash, nice and clean, nothing busted up there. Okay, let's have a look at our door jamb. Nice, clean, black, shiny paint all the way around. And then our door panel. Okay, like I said, there's your window crank. And let's start on the inside here. There's your door jamb, or your door. There's your door, and then down low, you can see pretty clean all the way around. And then back up. Alright, so that's that side of the car. And let's have a look at our trunk here. Alright, as you can see, trunk is open, plenty of space. It does have a temporary spare in here. Alright, and the jack's underneath that. Okay, and these of course pretty simple. You push the button down and they fold forward, as you can see right there. So if you need the extra storage space, you can do that. Okay, let's have a look at the underside of the tailgate. You can see nice and clean and shiny paint, no corrosion or anything. Alright, so that's our trunk. And then over to the driver's side. And again, you gotta fold the seat forward, slide it forward, and that's how you're gonna get into the car in the rear. Okay, here's a look at our rear seat. Alright, like I said, a little stain there, a little spot of, I don't know if it's glue or what it is, but paint maybe. Okay. And our driver's seat. And again, a little hole right there in the cloth, nothing really major there. It does have a nice thick rubber mat for the driver's side. Alright, here's a shot of our door jamb. Okay. And the door itself, all the way down low, as you can see, nice and clean underneath. Alright, and our door panel. Pretty good shape, with the exception of, unfortunately, on a lot of these Fords, whatever they use, this adhesive always comes up, and these panels peel off a lot of the time. So, but you know, as long as you don't pick at it, should be good. All right, and there's the interior, folks. So the next thing I'm gonna do is take a look at the exterior. Let me roll this window up a little bit. All right, I will say it does look like the car has been repainted. And the body itself is in really nice shape. There are a couple issues with the paint, and we'll get to that in a second. Alright, so we'll start on that fender. You see a couple chips there. The rest of the fender's in really nice shape. You see nice shiny black moving up to the roof. Alright, now this is where we have some issues. I don't know what they did, but they do a particularly good job up top. I will get a better shot from the other side where the glare is not going to be right in our face, but as you can see, it's cracked. And I don't know what it is, Bondo something, but the paint is cracked on the top there, and then there's a little more on the other side. As you can see, it's only in the front, it's not in the back. Alright. So here's a shot of our door. And you see our door nice and shiny. No real dings or dents. And the top up here again into our tail light. Alright. A couple little chips down low. Alright, here's the top of our tailgate. Into our tail light. And the rear itself. And you can see on this black car in particular, just getting some nice weather, so the pollen's coming out. Man, does it just out of nowhere add up. All right, let me back up and give you a shot down low of the bumper. All right, so let's have another look at the roof here. All right, you can see it's just kind of cracked and chipping up a little bit there, and then there's the big spot right there. All right, so just be aware of that. There's that. Our rear quarter panel here, really good shape. With the exception of the pollen that is just out of nowhere showed up in the last 2 days. All right, now there are a couple, you see scratch there, and a couple chips throughout the door. But those are all, looks like they're barely into the paint there. There's no metal exposed. There's a little ding right there as well. You know, overall, body's in great shape. The paint's in pretty good shape, with a couple of exceptions. That's what I'll say about this one. All right, so all the body's in really nice shape. However, the paint's the issue on this one. Just a couple issues. All right. All right, so there we got nice, clean, shiny headlights, and it gets you shot down low of the front bumper. All right, folks, and there it is, 2005 Ford Focus ZX3 stick shift. Okay, so now the next thing we're gonna do is take it out on a quick test drive. All right, folks, so now we're gonna take this 2005 Ford Focus stick shift out on a quick test drive. I'll start it up. I had it running for about, I don't know, probably 20 minutes just trying to get this camera harnessed up in here. So it starts right up, after the motor's warm and everything. No noises or anything different. Like I did say a little bit earlier, a little bit of an exhaust leak, and that's about it. Okay. Just my mirror here. Guys, and there you go, all the way up to about 55 miles an hour, not a problem. Hands off the steering wheel, we're tracking nice and straight down the road here. Okay. Yeah, and as far as the clutch and everything, clutch feels good. It's actually a little better than the car I'm driving now, to be honest. Alright, so overall, everything seems to be doing pretty well right now. Alright, looks like this guy's just parked in here at the stop sign for some reason. I'm not sure what that's about. Okay. Alright guys, so same thing on the way out. Get around the postman. Okay, and there we go, all the way up to 5th gear, about 55 miles an hour. Alright, so like I said, clutch feels good, the car tracks straight down the road, maybe a little bit of road noise. I do have the air on right now. I can report that's working just as it should, nice and cold. So overall, I know there's not a lot of equipment, but it's a decent running, good looking car. That'll probably be pretty good on gasoline. Alright, so now we're going to do a brake check in this parking lot across from us. Alright, so we'll slow down a little bit. Right up here on the gravel. Alright, and as you can see there, the car wasn't pulling one way, right or left when I did that brake, pretty straightforward, straight line. You know, it came to a pretty safe stop there, so I don't have to worry about, you know, pulling wildly to the left or right. Alright, and then back to the lot. Let's stick this back up here. Alright guys, so there it is, 2005 Ford Focus ZX3 with the manual transmission. And like I said, clutch felt pretty solid on this thing. Let's see if I can get this thing out without turning off the camera. There we go. Alright. So let's have one quick walk around at the end here. What was the mileage on this real quick? I believe it was 138,983. Okay. All right, and you know, pretty good body with that one exception. Good running motor and everything. So here's one last look at our vehicle. Let me back up a little bit. All right, folks. So there it is, 2005 Ford Focus ZX3. All right, guys. So if you're, thanks for watching. We hope to hear from you soon.